Good day, everyone. Ali is here from Safi Financial Network. Today is March 6, 2023. Another daily analysis. All right, here is S&P 500 daily chart. We had uptick today, but look what happened to the market. So it was kind of one of those volatile days. Market started open here, went all the way up to here to 4,037, then coming back down and closed below SMA 20. It's kind of like a forming a doji bar or shooting a star, you can say. So it was kind of like predictable when we are getting to this area, when we are getting to this pivotal point, to this wide range bar, SMA 20. So all in all, when it comes to this level, market just show a weakness, especially when we have Jay Powell is gonna speak tomorrow and on Wednesday, especially for the Fed meeting, and on Friday we will have NFP, which is job report for months of February, which is gonna be volatile week in overall. So if you just wanna see another those volatile weeks, this is the one. And we should see lots of volatility up and down, but market, it was very confusing today, I should say. When we are getting to different charts, we will see that. So we had, for example, bond down, gold was down, dollar was down. Lots of people are saying when dollar is up, gold is down, and it has like a kind of inverse correlation between these two dollar and gold, which is I'm not into that camp, but today was one of those days. A dollar was down, gold was down. So we will get back to those charts as well. But S&P 500 daily, we had kind of like a buying signal from MACD, which is kind of weak signal. But here is the thing. So we are in downtrend, and we will see another fast line in a stochastic is getting to the oversold condition, and possibly we will see a day or two for a crossover to the downside. So if you haven't seen my previous analysis, especially on Thursday and Friday, especially Thursday when we had this candle, I told you Friday we will be positive, Monday, Tuesday we will be slightly positive, and it's kind of like a weak positive. But on Wednesday we should see kind of market is reversing back down to follow through this trend line to the downside. So this is kind of like, if this is ABC to the downside, still C wave is coming down to this area. So some kind of like this pivotal point, which is 38.13, is going to be possible scenario for the market. And also, if it's getting more ugly, we can see 35 to 3600. Still, this is right around the corner. The the powerhouse for today was the technology, especially three stocks that we get to that one: Apple, Microsoft, and Google. There were those three names that boost the market to the upside. But all in all, when you see different sectors, it was not that great at all. So moving on to the hourly chart. So the hourly chart shows exactly what happened today. So we had kind of spike to the upside, coming down, and then just forming just another up to uptick to the upside. So if this is kind of like a bearish pattern to the downside, so if we take out this pivotal point, which is kind of like a 4040 in daily charts, in hourly chart, if we take this one down, I should say market is going to the bloodbath, coming to 39.92. So it's gonna just lose 50-60 points right away, coming down to here. So this can happen during a Federal Reserve, like a Chairman Jay Powell speech. I don't know, but if we lose this one, this pivotal point, market is getting to, it's gonna be empty here. It's gonna be free fall all the way to here, to this pivotal point, to the breakout, to the back test. So we'll see how it goes. Moving on to Nasdaq. So here is the Nasdaq daily chart. So Nasdaq has had the same price action. So we had nice uptick today, but look what happened. So I told you in previous analysis, probably this level is gonna be the shorting opportunity, and here's the B wave. And we are in B wave. Possibly we are going to backtest this area, which is 12,437, but that's gonna be just a testing area for today. So if you see market is starting to rolling over next few days, you shouldn't be surprised. And the possible scenario is going to be we will see another possibly downside to this area, and the first target is going to be here. So it's going to be low 11,000, which is going to be 1300 downside move to the downside. So that's going to be a possible scenario. And if it gets uglier, so these targets are coming right around the corner again. Of March, a month of March is going to be volatile months, and it's going to be pivotal months as well. So it's going to be worst and best month, I would say, for 2023, because that's going to change the direction of the market, possibly to the upside. But we should see a sharp sell-off or kind of like capitulation phase. We haven't seen capitulation phase for the traders. Even these ones are not capitulation phase. Capitulation means everyone needs to be disgusted and hated. Everyone needs to get out of the market, and then market get back to the bullish momentum. But right now we are not there yet. Moving on to the hourly chart. So hourly chart, exactly the same price action. We'll see market just going all the way up to here to 12,500. Kind of like a close. It didn't get there, but it's kind of like a 12,497, 496. And then coming back down, and then we are just seeing the uptick. Is this going to be a head and shoulder to the downside with a possible lower neckline? So it's going to be just, this is the trend line. If you want to just be accurate, here's the trend line. So you can see if market coming down below this, so that's going to be the first stop is going to be here. I should say it's going to be a zigzag up and down, but here is a 12,081, which is going to be a possible scenario for the downside. And again, just be careful on that. So moving on to US 30, which is Dow Jones. Dow Jones had a positive day. So it was better than expected. And however, we are middle of this wide range bar. We are testing this area. So 33, we just, as I said, here is the line, 33,400 to 33,500. That's going to be a possible scenario for rollover. This is a wide range bar, middle of the wide range bar, pivotal point. So all these three are coming together for a reversal. So we will see if Dow Jones is getting back to the bearish momentum, possibly 31,000 is right around the corner. So we will see second half of the March. This is the area that I'm looking for buying Dow Jones. Moving to the hourly chart. Here's the hourly Dow Jones. The same scenario as I said. So here's the pivotal point. Kind of like a different formation, but this pivotal point is very important. When we take out this pivotal point, Dow Jones is coming back down to this area. So this is a back test. This is flip-flop back test to the upside. So 32,600, is it 32,987? So that's going to be the area for possible downside move for the Dow Jones, at least for short term. If you want to just do the hourly chart for your trade. Okay, moving on to some different sectors. Here is the yield. So 2 years yield went up again. So that's why I put pressure on the gold. Stock market doesn't like this. Gold doesn't like this. But the stock market didn't pay attention to this. But this means, hey, Federal Reserve, what are you doing? You're behind the curve. So right now it's sitting at 4.89%. The Fed fund rate is 4.25%. So still, Federal Reserve needs to do more rate hike to at least catch up to this one, and even Fed fund rate should be ahead of this. But right now, yield is getting up again, so it's getting inverted and inverted. As long as this one is inverted, market should have a recession down the road. The question is when, but clock is ticking and timing. TLT is the next stop. So we had downtick today again, so we kind of like forming a bearish consolidation. It's very confusing because we had a morning star. It doesn't have follow through to the upside. So that was kind of like a stop hunting, but again, seems like TLT is coming back down sharply today due to yield went up. So this is a very, very important level. Very, very interesting, very, very tempting. To be honest, folks, I like TLT in this level. I like TLT even here. So if you want to be long-term investors, you can just nibble into TLT because this is a very, very good spot. If it comes here, just deploy more money. TLT is kind of like a forecasting the future of the interest rate. So interest rate has like an inverse correlation with TLT. So if you think that interest rate is peaking or near to the peak, which I assume that it's going to happen possibly in next 2-3 months, interest rate will peak. Federal Reserve possibly is going to pause, but they are not going to add more to the field just because there is enough uh, economy or earning recession in the industry, in different industry that we can hear of, like a car industry. They are just disgusted. If you compare 2021 car prices until now, just ask a dealership how they are doing. Like for the grocery and consumer staple, they are not doing very well compared to 2021. They are okay for now, but they are not doing very well. So as I said, the time is clicking, and when you see different industries are just moving down ahead of the technology, that is a warning sign for the market. Bond market is very, very interesting just because it has a massive correction to the downside. It's kind of like a crash just because interest rate during this period went up. So right now it's just forming a bottoming formation, I should say. This one can go all the way up to here. So that's what I'm forecasting for 2023, 2024, 130 at least for the end of this year, possible scenario for TLT. So as I said, when you're an investor, you can nibble in here, and also you can just add more here just because it's going to give us more buying opportunity for a bigger target. Gold has downtick today, and it just came down. As I said, yield went up, gold is down, so possibly this is gonna be the end of rally for gold, and next leg down can be the stretch of something like that. So some people are saying possibly we are at, like, I don't know, low 1800. It's gonna be a scenario. Right now we are at 1850, but I think gold had more downside to go, and if this is the corrective rally, and if this is the first spike, so this is gonna be a trick for the next level. I'm just looking for low 1700 for gold. So this is gonna be my ultimate buying opportunity. As you see here, there are lots of lines there. So if we get there, that's gonna be great, great buying opportunity. We will see possibly this coming Federal Reserve meeting, it's gonna just change the gear to the downside. We will see how it goes. Crude had a very, very nice positive day. So crude just had a follow through, and it's above this triangle. The next stop for crude, I think it's gonna be 84. This is a reverse. This is head and shoulder, which is gonna fail. And you know what? Best moves comes from fail pattern. So when this head and shoulder fails, then price can spike up all the way to $100 again for barrel. So this is not gonna be a tomorrow or next week, but ultimately, I think if we take out this pivotal point, we are going to do we are going to see like 84, 91, 96, and 108. 110 to $108 per barrel for WTI. VIX had a downtick today. However, it was a red bar, but just slightly positive compared to Friday close. However, still is in this supportive area. So this is very, very important for VIX. $17 to $19 is going to be very, very important for VIX. Dixie had a downtick today. I think Dixie's start to have more corrective move to the downside. Possible scenarios 103.9192. So that's going to be the possible scenario for the Dixie. If you go to the Dixie, we will have like lots of zigzag to the downside. So sometimes we are just breaking the trend line and again coming back up here. So it's not kind of like a technical that everyone is looking for the trend line. Yes, we have in corrective move for the Dixie to the upside, but this is gonna be the end of the rally for the Dixie. I would say 108, 110, it's going to be the end of rally for the Dixie. And when we get there, possible scenario is interest rate is top, bond yield is top, bond is going to be at the bottom, or at least starting to move to the upside from this area. So I'm just looking for this area to buy more stocks, to buy more bonds, and possibly short Dixie and bond yield as well. So moving on to the Apple, which is the rocket star for today. But look at the candle. It was 1.85% to the upside, but Apple shows very, very nice shooting star. If we see a gap down, again, if we see a gap down tomorrow here, so that's going to be the end of the rally for Apple. And this hype could end very, very badly, and it's coming down to here. So we'll see how it goes. I'm waiting for this level long time, and still I'm waiting, and I will buy Apple. The first stop is gonna be here. The second is gonna be ultimate here. I'm not sure if we get there. I was hoping to get there. Still, I'm hoping to get there to buy. But the first target is going to be here, the downside target. So that's going to be nice reverse head and shoulder to the upside. Again, second half of the March, possibly we will see lots of bottoming formation, lots of stocks, different sectors. Amazon, downtick today. So 1.21% down, $1.15 down. Amazon, if you take out this pivotal point, Amazon is going to be here, and then possibly lower low is coming down the road. Meta had a downtick today. After Friday hype, Meta is coming down, but it was starting at the beginning, very, very nice uptick, but all the way coming down, and sell off just continued to the end of the session. So again, if this is the top, possible scenario is going to be A, B, C down. So C wave is going to complete it here, somewhere around that we expect at 147 to 160. That's going to be the area. Microsoft had a nice uptick today. Again, the same price action like Apple. So if you use Fibonacci tool, so let me show you, because I'm not a favorite fan of Fibonacci tool when we have nice technical pattern here. This is a pivotal point, lots of gaps there. But again, if you want to use a Fibonacci, so we will see here is, oh, sorry. Yeah, here is the Fib retracement. So we are going to the top of this, coming down here. So we will see we are getting close to 50% Fibonacci level, closing by below 38% Fibonacci level. Again, I'm not sure if we get there for the top, but if we see a gap down like Apple, that's going to be the end of the rally. 3 bars to the upside, possible scenario for the reversal. And if we see a gap down, the same scale is coming down to here, somewhere around this area, which is going to be great buying opportunity, 228 to 227. So Google is the next stop. Nice price action to the upside. This one, along with Microsoft, with Apple, just hold the market pretty nicely. But I will tell you what was the weakness today, and this is kind of like a very, very warning sign for the market in overall. So Google had an uptick today, so we will see how it goes. Again, this is kind of like a next upside target here. So we get there, and possible scenario is going to be the top information here, somewhere around here. Netflix was a downtick today, so Netflix lost $3.15 to the downside. So we will see Netflix, if take out this pivotal point, especially this white range bar, Netflix is coming down to here, 251 to 275. So that's going to be the possible scenario. Tesla is coming down. So as I said, you will see lots of even FANG stocks are coming down. Market just hold up pretty well. I know S&P just finished at the doji, but market could be uglier if those 3 names even would be flat today. But they were positive, so hold up pretty well. Tesla is coming down, 2% coming down, $3.98. Again, come back below this trend line. So if Tesla has a follow through tomorrow, that's going to be ugly sell-off to here to 147, 166. That's going to be the ultimate scenario for me, at least for intermediate bottom. Tesla can go lower, sure. Tesla can do anything. Look at that. So it's kind of like a capitulation, then 100% rally to the upside. However, if you want to compare here to here, look what happened. Tesla is in half of the price compared to last year. The problem is here, SMH. So semiconductor was weak. Almost the whole entire session they were weak. Just at the beginning they went up, but coming back down. So SMH was down, and if we take out this pivotal point, SMH is going back to fill up this gap somewhere around 208 to 216. SOXX, the same pattern, coming down. So SOXX can go down here to 384 all the way to 390. TSM coming down again. Look at the price action here. The formation is forming like a bearish or bear flag or bearish consolidation to the downside, and the downside could be this gap around 76 to 78. AMD coming down again. So all semiconductors were weak. Even NVDA, look at that. So NVDA just had a nominal top but came down. So NVIDIA is forming like a gap island here. If we see another gap down, so that's going to be island gap, very, very strong reversal pattern to the downside. And that could be very, very ugly. Again, I'm not getting into this hype, but I'm waiting for lower prices in these names. Texas Instrument down. So Texas Instrument had a nice uptick today, but look on Friday, but look what happened. This is a technical price action to this neckline. Just go there, reject that back down. So this is a triangle. We just pierce it and then coming down. If take out this pivotal point, Texas Instrument can go all the way to 152 to 160. That's going to be the area. Lam Research went down. So Lam Research bearish consolidation. This is a forming kind of like a bear flag to the downside. The first target is going to be 444, but ultimately I'm looking for this area for the Lam Research. All right, I think I covered everything. Again, keep an eye on the market. Next days is going to be very, very interesting. Jay Powell is going to talk. NFP is going to be on Friday. Lots of volatility are coming to the market. Sit tight, stay tuned, and be patient as always. See you on the chart. Bye-bye.